Hi everybody, it's Charlotte from the Kia Hyundai channel, and today we are going to be taking a look at our Sportage vehicles that we have here, and we're going to be talking about a couple different things. The biggest thing that we're going to be looking at today is two new interior colors. That's right, we have different colors for the interior, and I can't wait to show them to you guys. We have the carmine red, and we also have the sage green. Some of the other things we're going to touch on today is Peter, in previous videos, he's done an in-depth review of the Sportage, the EX. But today we're going to take a look at the EX Premium, which I've got here, and what does the EX Premium have that the EX doesn't. And then we're also going to look here at the X-Line Limited and taking that up a step. You know, what does the X-Line Limited have that the EX Premium doesn't? What differentiates them? So I know I'm still new to the channel, and thank you guys so much for your very warm welcome. A little bit about me is that I've been in the automotive industry for probably the past 5 years. And over those 5 years, they have been fast years too, I've probably had about 20 different demo vehicles. And there was two consistent things with those demo vehicles. One, of course, they were all Kias, and also the interior. The interior, it was almost always black. So I don't know about you guys, and I'm curious to hear what you think about this. But I like to change things up every so often. So when I heard that we were doing different interior colors, I was like, all right, okay, this is something new. This is something different. So I'm very, very excited to show you guys how the designers are shaking it up, how we're getting away from the black interior and doing something new. So to start off today, I want to go and take a look here at the EX Premium. So I'm going to invite my cameraman over, and we're going to show you the first interior color, which is that carmine red. I'm going to open this up here. I'm going to have my cameraman take a look inside the cabin for me, and look at that. So that, what you're seeing, is the new carmine red. And if you take a look here at the door panel, is you can actually see the comparison. You know, this is kind of what we're used to, and then this is what's new, this is what's bold. I'm not too sure how it's picking up on camera. The way I like to describe it, if you're seeing it here in person, is it either reminds me of what I imagine the planet Mars to look like, not the chocolate bar, that is important note, that's an important thing to note. But it also reminds me of the sand in PEI. So if anyone is watching from PEI and you're getting into your vehicle after going to the beach, you don't need to worry about sand anymore. It's just gonna blend right in. So like I said, this is the first interior color. Now with the EX Premium is I can actually show you guys a good amount of the features that the EX doesn't have and that this vehicle has right here from the driver's seat. So I'm gonna start here by pointing this out. Now we've got these two little buttons. I know they don't look like much, but what this is gonna be your memory seats. So pretty much what that means is you can have two different driver seat settings. I don't know about you guys, I am about 5'3" on a good day, but my husband, he's closer to about 6 feet tall. So obviously we're gonna have very different seat settings. So when I get in, you know, of course, I'm sitting good and close to the steering wheel, but when he gets in, his knees are all of a sudden up against the steering wheel. So this is a great feature for people like us because it means I can have my seat settings. I don't have to spend that extra time adjusting. And then he can have his way back here and doesn't get in and is feeling all cramped and cramped. Now from the driver's seat as well, is we can also adjust. We've got power adjusted seats for both the driver and the passenger, which is really nice. Again, you don't have to do that awkward pull up or push back. And then in the front here as well as you're gonna have your heated and ventilated seats to keep you comfortable, both the driver and the passenger for summer and winter, spring, fall, spring, whatever season we're in right now. Now I'm gonna show you guys the back here as well. And look at that. We've got more of the carmine red interior, all covering the seats and the panels as well. And then for your passengers, to make sure they're also nice and comfortable, is you do have heated seats here in the rear to keep them nice and toasty in the winter. If we come and walk around to the exterior, I'm gonna show you guys the smart power tailgate lift. So what this means is the key is in the vehicle right now because I can do it from the key, but because the key has been to the vehicle for so long, it won't let me open it up just by walking up to it. But as you can see, there is a little button under the hood, so you can touch that and the trunk will go up. We've got lots of nice cargo room here. I'll have my cameraman, my wonderful assistant for today, come and show you here. And here I'll toss in Teddy as well. And as you can see, he's quite comfortable in there. He's nice and sprawled out, so you can fit all of your groceries, you can fit all of your hockey equipment, whatever it is that you guys have, you can put in your trunk. And then again, to close it, it's nice and easy. You can just hit the button. You don't have to do the tap underneath the vehicle. And then like I said, with this feature as well, is you can also do it from the key fob, or when you're walking up to the vehicle with proximity sensors, it will open it automatically. Like I said, I can't do that right now just because the key has been in the vehicle for so long, it's a little used to it, but we can definitely do a more in-depth video on that in the future. So I'm gonna leave Teddy here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna take a look at the X-Line Limited. So what makes the X-Line Limited different from the EX Premium? So let's start off and I'll show you guys the new interior color as well. So I'll have my cameraman come around, another look at the cabin. And so what you're seeing here, this is the new sage green color. I'll have you show the door panel too, because again, I like to do the comparison. That way we can see what is old and what is new here. So the way I kind of describe the sage green is it's not as green as you're probably thinking. It's not as green as the outside of the vehicle. This is the jungle green, by the way, the exterior color. It's almost more of a gray, but it has a green kind of undertone to it. So it's got a little bit of a tinge of green. I personally find it a little bit more neutral, which I think is why I probably like it better, because it's something, you know, I'm a little more familiar with. It's not quite as striking and there's not a bigger contrast like there is with the Carmine Red, but I still really like it. I like with this vehicle that they did the green on green. I find stuff like that really interesting, carrying the same color all the way through. So that's something that I've really been enjoying as well. Hey everybody, sorry about that transition there. I wanted to actually take control of the camera and film this myself. That way I can pop into the interior and show you guys some of the interior features that we have there as well. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I know I'm not quite as fluid as Peter when it comes to flipping my camera around, but I'm definitely working on it. So the thing about the X-Line Limited is that it has a ton of cameras all the way around the vehicle. And so I want to jump in and show you guys those features. That way you can see how useful they are and what do those cameras actually do. So I'm going to pop in right now. I'm going to flip this. Okay, so there we go. So I'm now in the driver's seat. I'm going to shut the door off and I'm going to power on the vehicle. Now, the first thing that I want to show you guys is this is going to be your blind spot monitoring. So when I am in the vehicle and when I put it in drive, don't worry, my foot is on the brake, and you put your turn signal on, what it's going to do is you can actually see Teddy right there, is this is going to put the camera and it's going to put it on what's in your blind spot depending on the way you're going. As you can see, it does the same thing over here as well. It just flipped. And that's to give you guys an extra little level of vision, a little bit of more protection, put your mind at ease for what's in your blind spot when you're driving this thing as well. The next thing that I want to show you guys is this is going to be your surround view monitoring. So that's going to be here. I'm going to put the vehicle back in park and I'm going to hit, it is this button right here. And all of a sudden you can see this is your backup camera. This is the outside of the vehicle, that way you can see it there. And now this button right here, all of a sudden, as you can see the delivery bay, you're getting the little behind the scenes tour, and you can actually spin this around, and this is your surround view monitoring. The way I kind of think about it is it almost feels like a mini drone is following around my vehicle and always showing me where I'm parking. So that's definitely great for when you're pulling out, for when you're parking, or for when you want to get a general understanding of your surroundings as well. Okay, so switching back, I'm going to get out of the X-Line Limited, and just to put it in comparison is I'm going to show you guys the screen on the EX Premium here. That way you guys can see the difference of the cameras too. So I'm going to walk around and do that. And now I'm heading in, seeing this lovely red again. And I'm powering on this vehicle. So as you can see, I put my turn signal on. I don't have the camera there. Also, as you can see, instead of the whole thing kind of being a digital, really it's only the center screen here in the middle for the EX Premium. And now over here is I do have the same backup camera. You can see Teddy there, but it doesn't give me that fully surrounding view that the X-Line Limited does. So I'm gonna turn that off again, that way I don't get in trouble. And now we're gonna go take a look at the outside of the vehicles as well. Okay everyone, so now we're gonna take a look at the exterior of these vehicles and what makes the EX Premium different from the X-Line Limited. So I have two of my wonderful volunteers. We're really using the whole Brantford Kia team for this video. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at the back and we're gonna take a look at the rear lights. Bring Teddy with me. So I'm gonna have my cameraman first take a good overview. That way you guys can see what's going on. We do have the hazards on. That way you guys can see the turn signals as well. Perfect. And we want to make sure we've got a view of the X-Line Limited here as well. Great. So again, I'm not too sure how well this is picking up on camera, but the big difference that I want to point out is that with the X-Line Limited is you're going to have enhanced LEDs. So as you can see with your turn signal here, it's LEDs. And now I'm going to have my volunteer number one put his foot on the brake. That way you guys can see that the brake lights are the LEDs as well. The third brake light up at the top. Thank you, that's great. And now I'm gonna show you the same thing on the EX Premium. So you can see here that it's a bulb, it's not the LEDs. And when lovely volunteer number two puts on the brake, you can see that as well. All right, so give a wonderful round of applause for my beautiful volunteers. And we're gonna head up to the front. All right, so let's make our way up back to the front. And I want to show you guys the difference on the headlights as well. You're going to see the same thing. I left the hazards on, but again with the X-Line Limited, we have these beautiful X-Line shaped headlights. And here again we have the LEDs, the enhanced LEDs for you on the front. Look at that, beautiful. Just blinking beautiful at you. And then here on the X Premium, you still have the same LED and X-shaped headlights, but you can see that it really is just the bulb. It's not quite as bright and such a contrast, I'd say. Now I'm just gonna shut off these lights that way I don't drain the battery in these vehicles. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the last camera feature that the X-Line Limited has. So the last feature I want to bring to your guys' attention is on the X-Line Limited, and that is gonna be your rear parking collision avoidance assist. That's a mouthful. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna grab Teddy, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys a little bit how this system works. And of course, in the future, if you want a more in-depth video showing and demonstrating this feature, we'd love to do that for you. So what this rear collision parking avoidance assist, that never gets easier saying, is what happens is with this vehicle, when it's driving and you're under 10 kilometers an hour, when you're driving in reverse, I'll make sure I preface that, what it is gonna do is if something jumps out kind of at the rear, like Teddy here, a pedestrian, a trash can, something like that gets in the rear, what this vehicle is going to do is it's gonna send you an alert on your dash, it's gonna shake your steering wheel, and then it's also gonna apply the brake. That way no teddy bears get harmed when you are reversing this vehicle. So that's definitely a great feature to have, and again, it's just another utilization of showing the cameras all around the vehicle and how they can really help you guys out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back up to the front. The last thing I'll just show you guys, I'll put Teddy there, some eye candy, is just the tires. Now they both have 19-inch wheels on them, but they both have different rims. These ones, they both have Michelin tires on them as well. And these rims are actually unique with both trim styles. So as you can see, got this one here, and then I'll show you the EX Premium too. So both different and distinct rims. And it's up to you as to which one you guys think that you like more. I think that they're both cool. I love that they're doing more with changing up the interior. I love that they're changing up the design. Teddy seems to love it too. I won't leave him lying on the ground. But I also want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. It is my first solo video without Peter as my co-pilot, but luckily he did leave me Teddy, so I'm so grateful for that. And I also want to remind you guys that we are not a review channel, we are a dealership, meaning that if you guys want to purchase or get more information about these vehicles, is we have people we would love to connect you with. What you can do is I'm going to have a link in the description box down below where you can reach out, we can give you some information, we can connect you with a sales associate, and these vehicles, they are available to be ordered. Now with the Sportage Hybrid, I know there's been a lot of hype and excitement about that. We were supposed to have ordering open up on Tuesday of this past week. However, we haven't gotten the final go ahead with that yet. So please, again, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you put your comments down below if you want to see some videos on the Sportages that we have here, or also the hybrids. Again, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye.